Hello.
Anthony, how are you? Thanks for calling in.
Yeah, I'm good, man. Thanks so much for taking my call. I had a question. So I'm a business owner. We do about 10 million in revenue. I've got 45 employees under me. Now my partner handled all the IT, but we had a falling out. They left rather abruptly, and I don't want to get into the details of that if you don't mind.
I don't mind.
So I'm a little concerned. I don't know anything about IT. So I don't really know what I'm supposed to be doing, and I don't really know what the issues are, what I need to be looking out for. So I don't know if that's something you can help me out with. But like, what are some of the things that I should be looking out for? Just like top of the list that I should probably be focusing on to protect the data, protect the
Yeah,
company.
that's a great question. Sorry to hear that happened. That's a great question.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess it sounds like you're on the business side of things, and you weren't really involved in the IT, right? So you really that's a pretty heavy thing to be left with. So look, first and foremost, before I get to the list of things you should do, have you already begun to look for somebody who's an IT professional just to really lead that in the company?
Yeah, we're looking around now. Yeah.
Okay, good. So when you're doing that, make sure that that person, the people you're considering, that they've got cybersecurity expertise as well, because it's really important that they have both. But to get to your specific question, so the first thing you want to do is you want to really look at the perimeter and get an idea of if you guys have any serious like risks that are like low-hanging fruit. So the first thing you want to look at is patching. So you want to make sure that all the servers, all the computers, whatever you have in the environment, firewall switches, even printers, you want to make sure everything is updated. You want to make sure everything is patched. And yeah, I mean, you're going to have to figure out what he was doing to do that. But that's definitely, however you go about it, find out if everything is patched and make sure that you continue patching everything on a regular basis, on a weekly basis for computers, maybe a monthly basis for servers while you're going through this. We could assume you have antivirus on all the computers, but we don't know. So you got to make sure that there's
Right.
antivirus in every computer, make sure you have a good product, and make sure that somebody's actually monitoring that one way or the other so that if there's an alert or there's a virus that you actually know that there's like some way for you guys to deal with it. It's funny because as I'm telling you this, the first thing that I probably should have said to you is know everything you're even dealing with. So you really need to get an inventory of all your assets. So what that means is finding out where all the computers are, where all the equipment is, who has it, and like what is it. So once you know what you're dealing with, then you can go ahead and begin to do what I was saying, which is look at patching, look at antivirus. The other thing you want to do is you want to look at the email. Where's your email hosted? What kind of security do you have on the email? Do you have multi-factor authentication turned on? Do you have email security in place so that if somebody is potentially trying to breach your environment, that you're being alerted that there's something happening? Somebody from a different country trying to get into a mailbox, and you get an alert if that happens or if there's something like that going on. The other thing I would tell you to do is to make sure you're training your employees. Your employees are usually the biggest
Right.
gap. You want to make sure that they know what to look for, because if they are getting emails and those emails are full of links and they're clicking on those links, they're phishing emails, they click on something, next thing you know, you're breached. The situation that you're in with the partner leaving, you don't know if you have good backups, so you got to find out about backups. In the process of going through all this and kind of getting your arms around what's going on, the list I
Yeah.
gave you, you really got to just out of the gate make sure those things are solid, including the backups, because that'll give you the confidence to at least know that you've got some time. Look, everybody's going to be breached at some point. It's almost a certainty. You certainly are going to be attacked. That's 100% guarantee. It's a 100% guarantee that somebody's trying to get in. It's just a matter
Well,
of whether
yeah.
they get in and whether anything happens, which is why that list I gave you is really valuable. Find yourself a professional, find yourself somebody that you can bring on quickly that is well versed in all of this. Really just make sure that you do a full IT audit, make sure you do some penetration testing and vulnerability assessments. This all are things you can do now, and that'll tell you even where the gaps are. So,
Now, when you said locate all the assets, that's all the computers. That includes laptops. Does that include company phones as well?
yeah, anything that you have that belongs to the company. Actually, I'll take it a step further. Anything that you're aware of that actually touches the company's systems. You might have employees that are working from home, and that's become their work computer, and so that's now a liability. Right? That's a potential vector for people to get in. So while those aren't your company assets, I would recommend that you get a list of all your company assets, and then maybe a subset of that is a list of any way that any of your employees are accessing your company with non-company assets. And then from there, you start really working through it and figuring out what you need to do. The thing is, this could be an opportunity for you, because now you're able to really get a good look at, you've probably been overseeing the budget for this because you're on the business side of things. So now you get a good sense of like, what is that investment? Where has it been going? And now you can see firsthand, look, just because you had a partner who was looking at all these things doesn't mean he was actually paying attention. So you might discover like, wow, this is a great opportunity and I can get things secure now.
No, it is. It's a learning curve for sure, but it's really been a good experience because I get to dive a little bit more into that side of it. And he was always like, I got it, I'll handle it. I've got it, I can handle it. And it's like, well, now I have to handle it, but at least I'll have a little better idea what's going on. I really appreciate that. Yeah, that's a lot, but it's really helpful to know.
Yeah, that's a great question, and it's an unfortunate situation, but it probably happens more often than we think. So I'm glad you called in and asked the question, and hopefully that was helpful.
I'm just glad you're here. Yeah, thank you so much. This is great. Yeah, Matt, thank you.
Anthony, thank you for calling. Talk to you soon.
You got it. Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
If you want to find out more about how we can help you with your IT, with your technology, with your cybersecurity, click the link down below, schedule a free consultation. We'd love to speak with you.